Stephanie here, Xavier and Marquez, and we are the 4 YouTubers of the apocalypse. We're just missing one of our apocalyptical horsemen contributors. So the media is in an uproar behind Newt Gingrich, whatever. He came out on Fox News and dropped the George Soros bomb. That is truly amazing. What do you think about that, Xavier?
Well, from the looks of the report, I don't even know even one of their names. I don't watch them that much, but it looked like he really dug into her just by saying that name. Like it's almost like if you remember the movie Candyman, say his name and he comes out, he kills you. So it's like saying George Soros on TV is like that's the deepest way you can stab somebody by saying that. It's crazy. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing the LA hat for California and for Anna. She's safe. She's just not recording today.
What do you think, Marquez?
Well, for starters, let's just say Fox News has been taken over by rhinos, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And I thought, they cared more about the truth, but apparently they don't. They're just a part of the mainstream media. But honestly, George Soros is a parasite. And I'm surprised he's even still alive to this day because if I'm correct, I believe he was a Nazi collaborator. And the thought of just saying his name, it's sickened to me, really.
Well, actually, there was an operation. It was called Operation Paperclip. Okay, there's actually books on it. George Soros is N-word, not with the N-word related to skin, but it rhymes with Bonzi. Mm-hmm. Wait, does it? Yeah, it does. So anyways, I think we gotta watch what we say because the algorithms, they'll strike us down if we actually say something. But there was an operation with Eisenhower, actually. And basically part of the peace agreement was to allow 15 Nazi scientists come into NASA and into our government. And that was the Nazis' agenda, to take over the world. And what world would you go after? If you want to conquer the world, first you have to take America, because America is one of the strongest countries in the world, and we have the most influential power. So if you are one of these people, like a smart criminal, you would think, okay, long-term goal, even though it's been decades and it's in the making, it's now manifesting itself. Like George Orwell wrote the book, 1984. It's playing out in front of our eyes. Basically, everything that we have seen is unfolding. And George Soros is that man behind the curtain in The Wizard of Oz. You know how we keep talking about who's behind it? Who is the person? After seeing their reaction on TV when Newt said George Soros, I was like, oh man, they're probably like, dude, I don't want to get suicided. Because, the one lady, her husband works for Soros. So a true criminal mastermind, I mean, if you have a goal, you're going to do it. And the best way to do it is to be charismatic, befriend people, gain people's trust, go to churches, donate money, act like you're this philanthropist thing we have going on. We have groups of billionaires that are philanthropists, even like Bill Gates and all them, George Soros, they're all together in their plan. But if you see it in the one way, the Democratic Party has been infiltrated by that. And the only way I can see it even coming out is either people who know what's going to happen and know we're all screwed anyway, I don't have anything to lose, let me throw his name out there, because people aren't even talking about it. You see women, or people attacking Black Lives Matter posters saying George Soros is funding this. And then you have other people coming out saying who's funding this, how are they eating, how are they traveling, how do they support this stuff? And then you've got to think about it. That is George Soros. He's the little man behind the curtain. And not only that, he is a big part of Politico, who just did the fact check that said no. I'll read it. George Soros said he did not make it his life mission to destroy the United States, which is BS. He actually did an interview with Time magazine and said that was his ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal, you got to get to Hollywood, okay? Then you have to put people in office. You literally have to build small and work your way up to the most powerful influencers, all that. Then you use your money, your influence after you gain this friendship. Then you get dirt on them. Then you blackmail them. Then they're terrified of you. Think of it. Zuckerberg, Soros, Clinton, Obama, all of them. Everybody is scared of them. You know you're going to get it doxxed. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Where is it coming from? We literally just saw it play out on the news. Just their facial expressions and how they cut him off tells you right there that's what's up. And that's been like the missing piece of the puzzle of this. Who's funding this chaos? There you go. And not only that, the Democrats are. And these mayors and these governors, they're a part of it. That's sedition, that's treason. You're going against your own constituents. So the news should be jumping up and down, screaming it. So I'm scared of what is it that this man has or what he can do that they know and they're terrified of.
Well, you want me to drop the bomb early?
Huh?
So you want me to drop the bomb about that early?
What do you mean?
Well, the reason why he's such the boogeyman, and not really the boogeyman, he's really for real a horror story. Mm-hmm. He's got 199 different organizations that he's behind, that he's funding. And remember, we were talking about that. If he's got 199, he's probably got more, because he has 199 that his money is directly involved in. But then there's about another 20 that he's a co-part of. So this guy is in everything. And I was like, wow, he's like the evil Batman. If you think about it, he's got money that you can't stop. He's like Batman and Tony Stark type money together. If you can imagine something like that.
Honestly, the way how Steph explained it in the beginning, I said this sounds like, the most iconic Star Wars villain, Senator Palpatine, which now he became the Emperor. It's really like, gosh, this guy is like the sinister of like the sinisterest man on planet Earth right now. I'm like, wow. Think about it. It kind of ties into that, manipulating the system, gaining people's trust. It's very anti-Christ if you think about it. It's
for sure.
Yeah, it kind of goes.
It is
for Disney.
And not only that, but there's also a group, the Justice Democrats. They're the ones who got like Ilhan and AOC and all them. Guess who funds them? George Soros. He is the one getting all these progressives. He's funding their political campaigns, their ads, everything. And he's doing it at low levels. Think about it. You got a dimwit who never knew what a garbage disposal was until she became a congresswoman after she was a bartender. Gosh. You know what I mean? Just some random bartender chick, who has the IQ of a freaking doorknob. And she's doing an Instagram, look, I don't know what this is. What are you putting in it? Oh, it's a garbage disposal. She grew up in a very nice part of her town. She knows what a garbage disposal is. So what it is it's a manipulation. Okay, I'm going to get all these little people at the bottom. I'm going to get them into lower positions of power, right? And then you steadily build them up because those people at the low level will start recruiting other people. So we have all these activists, these organizations, all these radical progressives that are funded by George Soros who are getting their electoral campaign funding from Soros that pretty much, and anybody who runs against that campaign who isn't part of the Soros Democrat clan, well, they get shut out by mainstream media because they're made out to be a monster. So you have all these kids that have been indoctrinated for like over 2 decades in schools. So then you got AOC, you got all these other people, and they're pushing things. But now even the Democratic Party is scared of these people. And I think, why don't we just stop funding Soros like all the other countries did that banned him? He's even banned from his own country because he's considered a domestic terrorist, you know? So if he is the real problem and he's getting all these local officials in, so you can grow them up to bigger positions, grow them up, and it's just like a manifestation to where they're just taking over every aspect of our government, our schools, Hollywood, social media. So if he is the bad guy and he is behind it all, why don't we defund him? Why don't we do what other countries did and say, no, you can't be here anymore. Bye. Go to Epstein Island. Like, all of you and your people go to that island and hate everybody from afar. You know, just stop. But what is it going to take for people to realize that right now your job is safe, but it won't be for long? We're seeing that with Joe Rogan. You know, all these newscasters, these YouTubers, everybody out there who's trying to spread the truth, when they sell out, they're going to be kicked to the curb too, because they're just pawns, they're puppets, but they don't even realize it. So your security, nobody has security right now. All of our personal security, what is going to happen a year or two, is all up in the air. People are going crazy. So if we know who's behind making us crazy, when are people going to actually step up and say, you know what, we're done with these philanthropy or philanthropists and all the charities, nonprofits, and we care, and all of them is fake. You know what I mean? So when is America step up and take their country back from these unelected people that we didn't ask to be here? We didn't ask for them to speak. Kim Kardashian, good, be quiet, shut up, go away. You know, just shut up, stop it. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
how bad is it going to get to where people start, like Newt Gingrich, I said it right, how many more people like him are going to have the balls to step up and say something?
It depends, honestly.
I find it interesting that when we speak of George Soros, the left and the right both agree that he's an evil man, which is funny that they both agree. But yet the left won't do anything to try to get this man out of the way. The right can't seem to do anything to get him out of the way either. I'm wondering, let's say Trump wins the election, which you kind of know who he is anyway, but let's just say he does. And do you think he will actually do something, maybe get him out of the way, get him out the country or something? Because he's not doing us no any good being here.
Well, how much can Trump do? I mean, he's literally got all these Democrat-run states. You got Congress. They'll file lawsuits on him. Like, everything he tries to do for better, they'll throw lawsuits. You got activists, you got protests, blah, blah, blah. And who is funding the protest? George Soros. George Soros funds Antifa and Black Lives Matter, who are backed by radical Muslim regimes. They hate America, and they definitely don't want us to be free. They want us to live under what they see as fit for humanity. And even Obama said in a speech before that the people are not smart enough to take care of themselves or anything like that. So Obama's part of it too. So is Clinton. It's like, how much can Trump do when he literally has this entire system that's been taken over the past 30 years that has been so embedded with these people? I mean, they're all against him. He's only one man. You know what I mean? And then the people that do stand up, they're shut down, they're fired, they're doxxed. So, I mean, it's us. We, the people, have our guns right now. We can take our country back from these corrupt politicians who are letting people burn down their cities. But people are too damn scared, and they turned into a bunch of pussies. Okay? But what is it going to be like if you keep being quiet and we don't have any way to defend ourselves? Then what?
Exactly. It's a question, that needs to be severely answered.
Yeah, it does. And that's the realest part. You got everybody just tucking their, looking at the ground, kicking rocks, like, oh no, what's going on? Nobody watches the news anymore because it's so toxic and so negative. We know they're lying. All it is non-news. And then the things that are news, it turns into this. You know what I mean? It's like you can't tell the truth. You can't tell news. So how are everyday Americans supposed to be able to even feel safe enough to speak up when you have Democrats literally going on live TV and threatening to come after us? I mean, think about it. So we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. But I would rather die trying than go hungry in a food bank.
That's funny.
I sacrificed my brain today by watching, because I really hate watching the news, period, because it's so one-sided. But like you say, you have to watch all angles to be able to understand the big picture. So I started with the stuff I like. I watched One American Network. Then I went to, Newsmax? I don't even know what side they're on. I watched them. And then I went to CNN. Then my head started hurting. I got to see it, and I'm like, oh God, but you got to put it all together to get the big picture.
Yeah.
Find out, like if you go on One American Network, they're talking about Ginsburg, I think her name is Ruth Ginsburg.
Yeah.
They're talking about her in a neutral light, but CNN is talking about her in a God sense, like they got her way up here, and they act like as if oh, Trump is trying to replace her tomorrow and all this other stuff. It's like, no. I read the tweet. He says, yes, we do need to get somebody in the position. But he didn't say we're going to do it tomorrow or the day after or whatever like that. And then he, to me, genuinely looked like he was concerned when he heard that she passed away. He wasn't like, oh, good for her. He didn't have that look on his face. He didn't act like that.
I could feel his energy. Funny. Like when I saw the same video we were talking about, and he was like, what? Like,
he was shocked.
He was genuinely hurt. He was genuine. These other people, they're all just like Obama turning a funeral into get Trump campaign so he can have his third term back. I mean, they all are using this for a political narrative, saying, no, wait till after the election. Do what Ruth wanted. Fulfill her wishes. No. That's not how this works. Obama and his legacy and George Soros, kick rocks. Have some respect for people who pass away or they're victims or something bad happens. And the media, the left-wing media, needs to stop using it as a political advantage and how to speak another narrative. Like Biden, we need gun control. Really, where have you been, dude? You've been around for 50 freaking years, man. So it's like every tragedy they turn into something they try to gain from. It's like, does anybody see how sick that is? Let people breathe, have respect. Not only that, let us have our own freaking opinion. Why does another opinion offend you so bad? Because you have an evil plan, okay? And you can back it up, Buttercup, because we're not as dumb as they thought we were.
Exactly.
And I'm so glad there's still smart people left. Because I had a Karen mask moment. I wasn't wearing a mask in Walgreens. Chick was freaking out. And I was just like, I can hear you. Are you in 5th grade? You're tattletaling on me to the manager. This is what our society has come to. So if you say George Soros on TV, fire her, burn her house down. It's like that is the insanity level in this. And this woman dies after she's been a Supreme Court justice forever, which I think they should have
half her life.
But they're all using it on the left for political campaigning. I'm just like, God, it is so disgusting.
There's even a false article out already that says her cause of death was Trump.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
It's in our chat. I may I dropped the link or something. I don't even think I'm gonna do that because it's stupid. It's false anyway. Come on, really? And then I don't even believe about her
the amount of desperateness
wanting the wish of saying that, oh, don't replace her until whatever. You think she really sat down and said that while she's dying? She's wondering where she's about to go next. I don't think she's worrying about who's going to be here on Earth or whatever. Like,
yeah.
my family's good, whatever, like that.
Oh, Obama came out. Okay, Obama came out with.
I'm just gonna add this on. Like,
he's telling Americans. Obama is telling America we should respect her and hold off on reseating her until after the election. Oh, okay, look, Obama people. He has been gone. Clinton, all of them mean nothing to us. Our president is Donald Trump, whether you like it or not. Do you know how many people did not like Obama? Okay, did you see him burning buildings down, tearing statues down? No, you did what any other respectful person would do and deal with it and wait for the other election. But since Trump has been elected, these people have been on a complete mission to destroy it all. And that's like what is the most disgusting part to me. And most people don't understand they're doing this for a bigger end game. It's not just get Trump out of office. They don't care about any of us. So when you see, like, seriously, when you see people in Hollywood, the mainstream media, everybody cower to a person like George Soros, you have to wonder, what are they really afraid of? What's really coming?
The amount of desperateness, it's severely questionable. And I'm just like, it's not, honestly, I would agree. It's not even about them trying to get Trump out of office. It's a bigger picture behind it. And they're trying to push us to a new world order. That's what it comes down to. They're pushing us to a new world order. And once that happens, everything goes, everything is just,
He's the only one standing in the gap. He's the board wall for America right now. Or actually probably for the world. Because with America, the world goes. If we lose America, the world is going to go like that.
Yeah.
And considering that we're the only world power that's still left, and my concern is, even though Trump gets another four more years, but my concern is what's gonna happen then after his second term. That's my concern. That's the question we all have to ask and actually have to get that answer. But what's gonna happen after he's done his second term?
This is what you have to do. Okay? We have 4 more years to save money, get bunkers, and prepare for whatever these demons have planned for us. You literally had the Health and Human Services come out and say, Americans, get ammunition and guns. The Democrats are coming after you after the election. They're saying this on mainstream TV. And what are they worried about? Kim Kardashian's not going to talk for 24 hours. Oh my God. Seriously? There's thousands and millions of people going hungry. Okay, we're gonna have over 27 million evictions. People are gonna be homeless. So imagine after the election, you got a bunch of people on the streets over a hoax thing that literally made them homeless and bankrupt. So after seeing what they did to us with COVID, wouldn't people smarten up and say, oh, heck no, baby? Because if we fall for this other one, what is our demise afterwards? We fell for hoax after hoax, and we keep having this denial that it's going to get better and the truth is going to come out. It's not. It's up to us to get the truth out and to get people to wake up. But it's hard for us to get the truth out because we're so, gang stalked by algorithms and stuff like that. So, exactly. At the end of the day, it's survival of the fittest, because all these people that keep denying everything, they're going to be the first ones that are going to be unprepared. So basically, we need 4 more years of Trump for a good economy to try to bring as much America back as we can. So hopefully, after his second term, we don't end up in Obama's FEMA camps.
And during the second term, we can't sit around and be complacent either, because at some point they're going to get in office.
Yep.
And they're going to do whatever they're going to do. So this is you say Trump is buying us time right now to get ready, get your get your ammo up, get your stockpile, your food and all that, water. Maybe even learn how to live off the land if you have to. If you have a house, try to grow your own crops or whatever if you can, because Monsanto has all of that going seeds, so you can't even grow nothing really. But you gotta do what you can.
And I don't want to share this on the video though, but you two, including Anna, know that what I'm actually doing, and when I'm actually getting prepared for it, which is why I'm making the moves I'm doing actually. And just so happens, you said like 4 more years, like I'm going to be where I'm going to be doing like for 3 years. I'm like, getting the right knowledge and everything, it's going to be beneficial, because I know all hell's going to break loose for sure, and that's the given. It's inevitable.
We all do. Why do you think gun sales have gone up almost 400%?
Exactly. It's crazy.
Why do you think right now they're funding all of this chaos and this destruction and the killings and the murders? Like in what is it? I don't know. I can never say it right. Rochester, New York.
Right.
You know how all the police just walked away? They just had a mass shooting with 14 people killed. This is the Democrats' world. Okay? Because you know what we need? We need somebody like Trump to come in and be like, no, done. I'm sick of all of you. You want to throw a tantrum and cry? Go do it over there. Because I don't know what country you can go to, come across the border, or literally get free healthcare, free school, free food, free electric, free water, free housing, free everything. But you're still oppressed. What the fuck?
Oh, wow.
Like, no, that's not oppression. Go to Mexico and go to the government. Oh, equal opportunity. I deserve housing. They would laugh at you. Or no, they would kill you before you can even make it through their border. So
exactly.
they're basically, they want everybody on welfare. They want one basic income. That is their whole plan. That's why they're killing our economy right now. That's why with all the mass evictions and them doing those like memorandums, so people can't get evicted. How many of those people do you really think are using that stimulus money to pay bills? Zero. So so when they're getting evicted, they're like, man, it's Trump's fault. No, we're going to audit you. What did you spend your stimulus money on? Not your rent, buddy. And that is the thing. Maybe if some of these people out here doing all this nonsense, let's ship them somewhere and they can get a free trial of what real socialism is in another country where you can't talk against the government, you can't have a gun, and you don't have capitalism, you don't have welfare, because the Democrats want us to be a gosh darn welfare country so they can usher in this new world order to where we're all doomed. So whether you speak up now or later, you're still eventually going to have the same fate if you don't speak up. You're just buying time. But over the next 4 years, I hope those idiots aren't using their money on like eyelash extensions and shit like that, and they actually have some stuff to prep with. That way they don't come knocking on conservatives' doors, because no, we're not helping you people. You called us racist. No. You called us Uncle Toms. You called us all this crap. Now you're boo-hooing in the streets because you're Democrats. Let it go to crap. And you don't have nothing. Don't come to me.
They can't even go to Canada. Remember how all these celebrities were like, I'm going to Canada. I'm going to Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually looked it up to see what it would be like to go to Canada, and it's not worth it. Because even if you go to Canada, first you have to be accepted by having some sort of skill. Like if you're a carpenter or electrician or whatever. And if they have a need for that, that's another thing. So if they need that, then they'll take you. And then also you owe the United States 1 year's worth of taxes. So you got to start paying the United States taxes.
Are you serious?
And you got to pay taxes to Canada. Because Canada's going to hit you the taxes too. So it's not even worth it. Just stay where you at. You in the best place you could be on Earth, this side of heaven.
Speaking of moving, people are ragging on Joe Rogan for coming to Texas, right? And I started thinking about it. Okay, on Spotify, they got rid of all of his in like interviews with anybody like Alex Jones, any kind of conservative, Milo, they kicked them all off the Spotify playlist.
Wow.
Really? So
Wow.
you see Kanye West getting bunked out of Twitter. You see like all of this stuff. You have to ask yourself, when will it affect anybody else? And how can they legally do this? Why isn't anybody suing them? They have a whole organization of people that'll attack you and do all this crap to you. Why don't conservatives grow a pair and start standing up for stuff? You know why? Because we believe in God and respect and compassion, human dignity. We're not soulless demons. I'm not saying all Democrats are, because there's a whole classification of them that are brainwashed by mainstream media, you know. But when you think about it, I mean, the majority of people are not prepared at all. Majority of people don't have enough money for like 2 weeks worth of groceries. So when these people get evicted, okay, and a Democrat is in presidency and we're on a basic income, and you got things that are rationed, like electricity's rationed and water's rationed already in California. So it's like a domino effect. So regardless, you, like Trump said, what do you have to lose? They're coming for us anyway. What do you have to lose? Nothing, but we have everything to gain. Strength in numbers. Strength in numbers.
Yes.
And if people would get more positive, stop being negative, grow a pair of balls and say, I'm done, enough. I've had enough. Maybe, just maybe, 4 more years of Trump could honestly turn things around. But it's like a flipping the quarter, you know, heads or tails. We don't know which way it's going to land.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, like as far as like with weapons and everything, that's the whole reason why like every last politician, the first thing they always say is, I'm not going to take your guns. Now, why do they have to reiterate that every single time? Because they want to take your guns. That's why they keep saying it. Because they already know that once they get up, once we're unarmed, we're hungry, we can't eat, we got no energy enough like to fight. Yeah. What are we going to do? But just give up, you know?
And that's what's happening all over the world right now. Like in Australia, you cannot leave. I think it's like 300 feet from your house. In the UK, they banned people from having sex with another person unless they live in the same house because of COVID. They are, I mean, if you look up the protests going on because of like Putin and all that, and that's another thing people don't understand. People think Trump's with Russia. No. Russia and China are together, okay? And now let me put it this way. If somebody's been talking mad smack about you for years all over the world, are you just going to sit there and take it if you're some big bad Russian? No. You're going to be like, enough. No, but Putin allows it and smiles. Why? Hillary Clinton paid Russia for a dossier. Come on. It's right there.
You know what? It kind of like, you know, what Xavier just said, you know, like I said, the left is calling us Nazis, but here they are, they're adopting a quote by Adolf Hitler, and it said, like, in order to conquer a nation, you must disarm the citizens, and time and time again, you know, history has shown it.
Yep.
They keep trying to make it seem like Trump was like a Hitler, but that's not actually, that's the farthest from the truth.
Exactly.
The actual Hitler has already been in office, you know, and they want to put him back in the forefront.
But that's complete narcissism. Everything we're seeing is narcissism. What they're doing, what they're guilty of, and their plan, they're turning around and telling you Trump's going to do it, but they're the ones doing it. And then after they do it and create the chaos and the mayhem, you guys, we got to bring it together. We got to love one another. Stop the hate. Stop the violence. Kim Kardashian says, stop it, guys. Stop it. And we're all just supposed to be like, okay, Kim Kardashian said so. LeBron James said so. Like, screw all.
Milano.
They don't care. If LeBron James cared about humans, he would worry about all the people making his shoes and the conditions they're in and all the people in those concentration re-education camps over there. But they don't say it.
What's he doing for Cleveland?
Huh?
What is he doing for Cleveland or Ohio in general?
Nothing.
I heard he had the school or whatever, but that's all I heard about it. I haven't heard anything else after that.
Oh, just like the sheriff said, LeBron matched the reward money for, was it a midget? Who shot those two cops? It looked like a midget, right? It was like a short little bulky, wobbly person. I mean, no offense to midgets. Sorry, people. I'm just saying midgets are bottom heavy, kind of round and short. So I'm not being racist to midget people, but you know what I mean. So
yeah, understood.
But LeBron James said nothing about that.
Still hasn't, right?
Have celebrities coming out and talking about all these other groups of people, but you don't see them say anything about cops who were killed, about the cops' kids, their families. I mean, there's a whole other side of suffering that's going on from these George Soros loving, you know what I mean? And we're the ones suffering from it. Like, we've literally been living in a Groundhog Day of pure hell on earth since Trump has been elected, only because of Obama and Clinton. Clinton was supposed to be elected so Obama can fulfill his third term. It's all about Obama. He's the freaking Antichrist, and George Soros is his lover.
Yeah.
Right next to Mike.
Big Mike.
The retired power forward, to quote Jericho Green.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Seriously, it's like this world is so delusional. And I honestly think the reality TV and reality stars and influencers, that is where George Soros made the gold mines, because he was able to get into all those people, their bank accounts. And you think about it, you're a celebrity, you got $1 million houses, you're used to a lifestyle. Then you have this man come in and say, I'm going to cut it all off if you support Trump. If you don't talk badly about these people, I'm going to destroy you. That is exactly what's going on. Like in the movie Joker, how he's saying everything you see is all an act. It's true. It's all subliminal. They're subliminally telling us what they're going to do to us. Like, saying they're conforming FEMA camps into isolation centers for COVID. But yet you can go to Chuck E. Cheese. Kids are back in school. Where's the biohazard containers for the mask and the gloves? Because it's not that, it's to destroy you, take away your freedoms. And George Soros is behind it with Bill Gates and his vaccine.
Speaking of Chuck E. Cheese, they're getting rid of their little tickets to get, I guess, gifts or souvenirs or whatever. They're getting rid of them.
Who wants Chuck E. Cheese? It smells like
because of COVID. You get rid of the little tickets.
Cheese in there.
The pizza's good, but I mean, like, you get rid of the little tickets because of COVID. Like, come on. Matter of fact, I'll tell you something. Today, I'm not going to shout his name out or whatever like that, but I know 3 guys that had COVID. One of them I saw today while I was outside, and I'm walking around, I got the mask on, all this craziness. He talking to me. He had no mask on, and I'm like, you know what? But that made me feel good though, because I was like, you know what? He got over that. He pretty much climbed that mountain, and he seen that. Yeah, I got sick. I didn't die. All right, let's go. What's next? He made me want to just say, what am I doing this damn thing off? Take this off too. But I only had it on because I went inside of a store, and in the stores you gotta have the crap on or whatever like that. So I didn't even take it back off.
But that's
you know what?
I say that to say that I'm glad that he's not scared, running around here scared, nothing like that. Like he's living his life. He got over that part, and he's going on.
Exactly. Here's the thing. I posted the other news. I actually reposted from another page. I said, like, if the coronavirus is so deadly, how come people are always dying in hospitals but not in their homes? I mean, come on. It's a telltale something,
Well, because a lot of people are dying because they can't get cancer treatments or other health care they need because all the hospitals have been restricted to COVID measures. You know what I mean? Like, they basically canceled a lot of surgeries like that people need, even though they're elective. It's elective for your freaking health. It's not like people are just going to get boob and butt jobs. You know what I mean? There's people that really needed to go to the hospital and get health care. Not only that, you got people who are losing their jobs, lose everything they have. I mean, people are committing suicide, drugs. I mean, those are a lot of the reasons for deaths, car accidents, suicides. You have a lot of other things going on. But if you look at the data, when they do the COVID deaths compared to every other, like heart attack, heart disease, all the other stuff, since COVID hit, all the other deaths from all those like heart attacks, natural things that we experience every day, right?
Actually disappeared.
They low, like no, but all of a sudden COVID's high. Like that's really ironic, right?
They want to make it seem as deadly as possible.
Yeah, they literally feared us into destroying the economy, and nobody is being honest about that in the mainstream media either. I swear, what we need is a hot girl to do one of those butt naked streaks through the football field at a game that says COVID is fake. Just like put body paint or something. Do something dramatic. You know what I mean? Start a conversation. We got one with George Soros going. Because honestly, sometimes with all this YouTube crap and how they censor us, I honestly have thought of like, I'll just go chain myself to YouTube Center, like headquarters. I'll just sit there and be like, no, until you let me talk. I'm not going
Exactly.
anywhere.
Not a bad idea. I'll support you on that one. I'll do it. I'll volunteer.
It's not. Honestly, I think we should start a movement to where we start our own like conservative groups that fact check them with real facts. Like why is it conservatives have zero say, zero control? We're not in news pieces. We're not in mainstream media, nothing. It's only one narrative and that's it. And everything else is fake. Like we have a world of fact checkers. What the fuck is a fact checker? Facts change all the time. Science changes every day. Medicine changes every day. Facts, okay, can be different because we all have different opinions, and things are constantly changing. But it's just the mindset that they have gotten everybody living in a state of fight or flight. And everybody is constantly living in fear. So when your brain is in that state, you can't think rationally. You don't have time to sit back and contemplate like, that doesn't make sense, because they're constantly hitting you with all sorts of things. They don't give you time to relax and think. Because, now you got your kids at home who don't know what they're doing. And like, I'm trying to teach my fifth grader how to do math and stuff. Dude, I'm not smarter than a fifth grader. Like, I don't know this stuff. I'm just like, I don't know, write something to show them you're doing it.
They don't want us to think, though. That's the whole thing. They don't want us to think, because if we're able to think, then we'll figure this whole thing out. And they'll be like, hold up. It'll be like, you'll be like, what's going on here? Like, that's why they keep only putting one narrative and one way of thinking. And then hopefully for them, they'll figure that after they do all of that, they will get ushered into the new world order. Everything will be one way anyway. I
honestly have a feeling that the new world order, it's here. It's already here. It's been here. And it's all over the world, guys. They're just not telling people. Like in Australia and Russia and UK, like everybody. There's like hundreds and thousands of people in the streets protesting. They want their freedom back. They're tired of this. This is the new world order. We're experiencing it. We're living in it. And we have people in other countries watching us be torn apart. And what happens in America, in the Western culture, is what affects the world. So these people know if Americans fall and we lose our freedom, we're all doomed. It ain't coming back. Speaking of which, there may be an asteroid tomorrow.
Sure.
But also think about it though. They set off like volcanic activity, earthquakes. We just saw an earthquake in California. We've been seeing swarms. I don't know. Let's see what happens, guys, because I'm telling you, it's all Bible prophecy. And literally, California is shaking and burning down. Even though George Soros, Antifa-funded people started the fires, that's the devil's work.
Right. And
Exactly.
the funny thing is, yesterday I was talking to my aunt, and she says that she believes that COVID and all that's going on is all acts of God or whatever like that. And I'm like, I know Revelation in the Bible is, talks about all these different things, whatever like that, but I don't believe God is behind COVID-19.
No.
Mad scientists, evil people, that's what's behind this whole thing. Yeah, we're being judged, and God's going to judge us for the stupid stuff they've been doing, but he ain't in on this one. Not at all. And
but
it
you
gives
have
us
to
free will
remember,
anyway.
They even say the devil is pretty. He's charming. And who said it has to be a person? The Antichrist could be AI. We don't know who the Antichrist is, but we are all obsessed with the wrong things. And that's how we're brought into this evil, because you have celebrities and all these other people who make evil look glorious and great and fun, and snort some cocaine off a stripper's butt crack, and yeah, look at me. I mean, that's basically what they're telling us. So like, the devil looks pretty. He's not like this. No, the devil looks good and is charming and very charismatic, like Obama. Because I guarantee you, after this election fallout, Obama is going to come in and be like, if I were president, he's going to act like he's the world savior and hero of us all. Hail Obama. And that's exactly what he wants. It's a whole game, and we had just been stuck in this nightmare. Obama should be like Friday the 13th movies, where they're just constant sequels.
Yeah, Obama in space.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. All right, guys, you ready to wrap it up?
Yes. I mean, I think we covered enough, though. But yeah, it was well worth it.
All right. Well, one thing
we'll put the links in the description about the all the Soros things.
Yeah.
Because it's 200 daggone links. 200 daggone companies. We're not going to sit here and read all of that.
Oh yeah.
Let the people read that on their own.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? We'll post the
link
with all the organizations and companies. It's like over 200 companies he owns. I mean, he has a monopoly over everything. Kind of like, hey, but all you people who love Joe Rogan and you have a thought of coming to Texas, don't bring your crazy to Texas. Your liberal crap failed for a reason. Go back there if you want liberalism. There's a sign that says, don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with it. Thank you. But Marquez is going to be going away soon. So.
Well, next year, actually, on the
22nd
of February. Yes. I'll do as much video as I can with you all. It's still always an honor. And yes, I will see you guys in mid-May again.
But until then, you're here and you'll be back and everything's going to be fabulous. So, working around, huh?
I know, right?
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share. And anybody who's going through stuff with family and friends and arguing and animosity and resentment, just remember, stay positive and understand sometimes people are ignorant, and we all have our own stages of awakening. So just try to stay as positive, as patient, and as undepressed as you could be. Because you know what? After a storm, the sun comes out. Water, when it's volatile, it goes back. We're going to make it. How we do it, God only knows. That being said, don't turn towards celebrities and all these other people. Turn to God, dude. Without God, without salvation, without hope, and without everybody being positive and like actually praying for good instead of being in fear, that frequency, that energy of love and hope and compassion will conquer all. That's why they want churches closed. So none of us can have that spiritual frequency of love and hope. They're trying to kill us spiritually. Don't let them get you. Make sure you go to our channels, like, subscribe, stay safe, healthy, happy. Make sure you have at least 12 weeks of things that you would typically need after the election. Just rather be safe than sorry, because you never know. You could have an earthquake, a hurricane, flood, who knows? Climate change. But it's been great, guys. Love you all.
All right. Yes.
Bye. Hold on.